With only a few months left until the game's release, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is shaping up to be one of the standout titles in a long line of iconic Dragon Ball games. We had the chance to witness some closed-door master gameplay firsthand at this year's Gamescom Latam, and see some of the newly announced characters in action, watch in awe as fan favorites such as Mr. Satan and Future Trunks decimate the game's ultra-detailed landscapes. That being said, this is demo footage, and the game isn't out until later this November, so what we see here could be altered, changed, or even removed. What you're about to see features some of the most beautiful graphics to date thanks to Unreal Engine 5, and could go down in history as being one of the greatest additions to the beloved Boudakai Tenkaichi series. A few days ago, we got to see a new trailer that added 10 more characters to the game's impressive roster. Currently, the count is sitting at 100, so we still have 60 more reveals left before the game launches this fall. Keep in mind, at the time of this demo, we only know about 100 of the 160 characters, and that number could conceivably be more. As you can see here, the character select screen is an impressive amount of Gokus and Vegetas, as well as fan favorites such as Yamcha, Golden Frieza, the androids, and an IGN favorite, Mr. Satan. Mr. Satan was shown off to be really weak in the latest trailer, which is true to his character, so getting to see him in action should be a treat. What we're looking at here is Battle Mode. Battle Mode is your standard game mode where you can select any character you want to practice against the CPU or face off in online PvP. Local co-op is a split screen mode that can only be accessed in the hyperbolic time chamber. Every character has their own unique skills and special abilities that are tied within popular moments from the anime. At this point, we switched up Future Trunks with the champ himself, Mr. Satan. You may notice that in addition to Mr. Satan's life bar getting sparking graphics, we also see the sky turn black. This means that his sparking ability is ready to go. We also see an example of competition mode in the form of a QuickTime event. This and many more features will be returning from the previous Tenkaichi games. Just like the show, Mr. Satan is one of the weakest characters in the game, but he uses help from his best friend Boo in order to knock the competition back. Naturally, Mr. Satan takes all the credit for this one because, well, why wouldn't he? What we're seeing here is a blast battle. This is where you get to mash on an on-screen button prompt against an opponent in order to win a beam struggle. Sparking Zero features all the things that made the original series iconic, such as teleporting and fighting around a 3D space, as well as the gameplay elements that veteran players will be familiar with. Thanks to Unreal Engine 5, we're able to see Goku and friends like never before, in a beautiful recreation of Dragon Ball's greatest hits, complete with destructible environments and drop-dead gorgeous visuals. One benefit of Sparking Zero is the ability to have an auto-assist mode. We are told that this can be adjusted to fit anyone's preference and is a great way to allow newcomers to the series to play out some of their favorite Dragon Ball moments without needing to master the game's mechanics and character abilities. As we can see here, 17 uses a shield destruct ability that he used near the end of the tournament of power in order to cause massive damage to both himself and his opponent. It's the little details like this that make Sparking Zero a true love letter to Dragon Ball fans all over. Just like the original games, we'll see ranged and melee abilities. Every single character has their own unique abilities as well as modes. As we see here, Trunks goes Super Saiyan and will gain an all-new unique moveset based on his Super Saiyan form. Here we have another IGN favorite, Majin Vegeta. Right now we're powering up to enable sparking mode, and from here we're going to see Majin Vegeta perform his final explosion from the Buu Saga. As expected, the attack fills the screen with a blast, but unlike the show, Vegeta won't completely die from this finisher. Instead, he'll just be left with 1 HP, which means that he can be picked off pretty easily. These special attacks take on an entirely cinematic look that not only look amazing thanks to Unreal Engine 5, but are also based on the original anime footage. When it comes to the story mode in a Dragon Ball game, it's never really needed to reinvent the wheel. We are told that the single-player campaign will follow Dragon Ball from the beginning of Dragon Ball Z's Saiyan Saga all the way to the end of Dragon Ball Super's Tournament of Power, from the perspective of 8 different characters. As of now, Goku and Vegeta are confirmed, but I'm sure you can probably guess who we'll see fill in those other 6 slots. Regardless, the ability to tell the story from when Goku learned Kaioken all the way to Ultra Instinct is pretty intriguing. We got to check out one of the most iconic moments from the original Dragon Ball Z, when Raditz shows up on Earth and kidnaps Gohan. In this iconic showdown, in order for Raditz to be defeated by Goku, he'll have had to lock in a bear hug and sacrifice himself by the way of Piccolo's Special Beam Cannon. It's one of the many awesome Unreal 5 rendered animations that play out and send you down the canonical sequence of events that when you play through the story mode as Son Goku. But what happens if during your match, Goku manages to actually defeat Raditz single-handedly? How would it impact the sequence of events that would unravel afterwards? That is a story for another time. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball, there's really not too much we can say to convince you that this isn't something that should be on your Dragon radar. Sparking Zero looks to be the complete package, with its roster of 160 unique characters, its interesting take on the Dragon Ball saga that spans from the start of Z to the end of Super, its modern take on the highly beloved and revered Boudakai Tenkaichi series, and its absolutely drop-dead gorgeous visuals. Because of this, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has the potential to become a standout hit for both fans of the anime and manga and newcomers of the series. For more on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, be sure to check out the latest trailer featuring future Trunks and a ton of other characters. Also, be sure to check out our hands-on preview of the game from this year's Summer Game Fest. And for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.